Hey, welcome to the what?
Countdown. Oh. We back. We back again, baby. Welcome to another episode of Trash Talk with Bobby and Shine. That's Bobby. I'm Shine. We got a little 274 going on in the building. Kind of was a letdown, but you know, we didn't even do a lot. We didn't even do a lot of living.
We gonna get into it, man, because I think there was two fights in this and on UFC 274. We gotta talk about. We gotta talk about that Ferguson fight. We gotta talk about that championship fight. So let's get into the first one, man. Damn Ferg.
Damn Ferg. That's all we can say. 5 minutes on the clock. We gonna talk about it. Look, man. I bet Ferg looking at this picture like, I bet you wondering how I got here, right? See, it all started out, and then, man, it was a great first round.
Ferg came out the truth, man. Ferg came out the truth. He came out throwing them hands. Chandler couldn't reach him. Chandler couldn't even get inside of him to actually land a couple punches in there. The only time that Chandler got to a point where he was in a better position was when he got him. He got him with a double leg.
That was a good double leg, though.
That was a good double leg. Tackled him, got him to the ground, over by the cage. You thought that Ferguson was gonna get right up because you know Ferguson is one of those individuals that if you get him on the ground, he's very dangerous on the back or on top. So it don't really matter. So I thought Ferguson was gonna get up because he was doing a lot of damage standing up, but Chandler just kept him on his back. But Ferguson was doing some damage there from the ground all the way up to the end of the first round, and I feel like Chandler hit him with a couple elbows, cut him up a little bit. He opened him up right around the eye area, but Ferguson did some damage though because that eye was swollen.
He was
Chandler's
blinking.
eye was swollen.
He like, what'd he say? He was like, man, this was the first time I was seeing double. Don't tell the guy. That was hilarious.
That was fucking hilarious.
All of a sudden, we like, damn, man, Ferguson out here doing the thing. And then we was like, damn, Ferg, high school, you was the man, Ferg. What the fuck happened to you? Why they do my man like that? If they don't quit with them fast cameras that be catching this, bruh.
Man, them cameras are legit, dog. Them cameras are legit. Dog, frame by frame, them cameras are legit. Well, they get you leaking.
That's and now you got to deal with this being a meme for like ever. They gonna be playing this like they did my man Frankie. I should have put them up side by side and did a who did it better challenge. But that was a little too mean, so I decided not to. Man, I don't understand how they did my man's face like this. And Ferguson. Look at it. I bet his feet stink. I bet they do. I bet his feet stink like a mug. Oh, man. So here's the question. After all this, after that first round, after he looked real good, blah, 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 this, that, and the other, the question becomes, is it time?
I don't know, man, because in his pre-fight interview, I feel like his mindset has changed a lot from the past three previous fights, especially the one with Gaethje. I feel like his mindset has changed to the point where he's in a better place or a better in his life. He's in a better mindset. His head is a lot more clear, and that kick, even though it was brutal, even though it was legit, I feel like it was more of a fluke because that opening was there, and that kick was something that he's never practiced ever. It was just an opportunity that was there, and he just football field goal kicked him right in the damn face, and they caught him, and Ferguson went straight to the ground, went to sleep, didn't get up for a little bit. So I feel like Ferguson is in a better state of mind. I don't think that he should just totally just do away with his whole UFC career. I feel like there's some other opportunities outside of UFC that he can get involved with. But for the most part, Ferguson looked good to me, especially in that first round, to the point where I could see him fighting somebody else in the division and actually getting a W. That's just from my point of view. But I got a question for you, Chandler, Oliveira 2, or Chandler and your man Conor McGregor. Now that's gonna put some butts in the seat, and that's gonna put some money in some pockets. What do you more likely want to look for?
I don't know, because it was a bunch of interesting. I like how everybody called out Conor McGregor that was in the 155 division. Did nobody call out? He say Michael Chandler was like, we could do this at 170. I was like, that sounds interesting. But also, you got Oliveira calling them out at 155. He like, look, Dana, I miss weight. I ain't the champ, man. Let me get that Conor fight. Let me get some money real fast. Michael Chandler versus Conor McGregor. I think Michael Chandler got it. You know, Michael Chandler versus Gaethje 2 might be a little bit closer. Michael Chandler versus Oliveira, we're gonna talk about it coming up next. I don't know if he gonna. I don't think he does any better than he did the last time.
He doesn't because I don't feel like he has that the ground game that can keep him out of those nasty opportunities that Oliveira provides, especially when he's on his back.
God, speaking of which, I mean, it's like, what can he do against the champ? He might as well do the Conor McGregor fight, you know?
Yeah, I would do the Conor McGregor fight because I feel like it's an easier fight. It's a money fight, and he has another child that he just adopted that he needs to pay for, and so I feel like him getting that money fight would be better off for his family, especially that fight, because I don't feel like Conor's going to come back and give the competition that you would like for him to give. But there's always a dog to fight when you talk about Conor McGregor.
Yep. But you or we forget about Dustin Poirier. You got the Dustin Poirier fight too. How you feel? How you feel about him against Dustin Poirier?
I don't really care. I think
at this point in his career, he's just trying to get paid and get up out of there.
True.
I don't even know if he cares about the belt. He got to be what, 37? He got to be 36, 37. He trying to get that paycheck, put him on the map, get the red panties, and let's go. That's what he needs.
Yeah.
You got anything else to say about Ferg so I can get him off this screen?
Nah, man, I ain't got nothing to say about him, man. Let's get into it. Before we get into the next part of the show, man, something that happens, get like us, habits365.com/trash talk BS. And if you want your logo or promo at the bottom right corner, all you got to do is hit us up at
my feet smell like butt at gmail.com.
Hey, and if streaming right here is glitching a little bit, it'll be back online pretty much soon, probably tomorrow. If you want to get into it and see what we said about the Ferguson fight, just tune in tomorrow. We'll put this back online so you can listen to it. So come back tomorrow, listen on in now. So let's get to the next part of the show, man. 155 champ, sorta.
So, Charles Oliveira goes out there, misses weight by 0.5 in a controversy that is the scale being off in the back, or the main scale was off. We don't know. All I know is he couldn't win the belt, so only one half could win the belt, which meant that he probably had a hard weight cut too. So all the money flowing in on Justin Gaethje, even though Charles Oliveira's the champ all the way up until my man says, fighter, you ready, fight. All the money flowing in on your boy, and then this man happened. Yeah. This man decided he wanted to drop a few racks on your boy, and I'm sorry, Justin Gaethje, but I guess this really is a curse, because not even 24 hours later, after this man dropped a couple racks on you, you was getting choked out. Look, hey, tell me Charles Oliveira ain't the man at 155.
Charles Oliveira is not only the man, but he isn't safe. And that's what I think I love the most about Charles Oliveira. Charles Oliveira goes in there to actually finish the fight. And Charles Oliveira will put his chin out there to get knocked out.
He will
Charles
put it
Oliveira
on the line.
Charles Oliveira does not get knocked out because when he gets put down or he gets knocked down, nobody wants to come into his guard because he's so lethal, especially on his back. So he always has the opportunity to recover, and not only recover, put himself in a better position because now his opponent is like, hey man, shit, I'm so close, but I just can't get there. And when you get so close and you can't get there, then all of a sudden you go to this fight or flight mode, which I think that's what Gaethje went to. He went to this fight or flight mode, and you just saw him just throwing haymakers and tiring himself out to the point where he put himself in a bad position, got caught on his back. My man put the underhooks on his throat. Then all of a sudden he just choked him out. I almost put him to sleep. And I feel like Gaethje remembered when he got put to sleep for that Khabib fight. And he's like, hey man, I can't go to sleep this time like I went last time. Did a little tappy poo.
You got it, bro.
And got up and said, fuck. I lost again to a choke.
Yeah, but that was a hell of a squeeze. That was a hell of a squeeze. Man. Hey, look, when he seen the man back, he went, whoo, look, they're going back. Nyaw. Jumped on it. Man, Charles Oliveira is making a case for the GOAT status. Here's the thing, too. Let's do some comparison. I'm gonna pull this up because we always talk about the idea of Khabib, right? And we say Khabib the GOAT. We say Khabib this, that, and the other. And you look at his last 3 fights, right? His last 3 fights is what cemented everything. He beat Justin Gaethje.
Hell yeah.
He beat Dustin Poirier. He beat Conor McGregor. Okay, cool. Before then, he beat Al Iaquinta, which is a good win. He beat Edson Barbosa. Good win. Michael Johnson. Good win. Before that, it was Daryl Horcher, Rafael dos Anjos, Pat Healy. Good wins. But it's like, where's the murderous row of people that we saw GSP go through, that we saw Anderson Silva go through, right? So then you skip on over to Charles Oliveira, and you read this list, and let's see, he had lost to Paul Felder. But then when we go up the list, we go Justin Gaethje, Dustin Poirier, Michael Chandler, Tony Ferguson, Kevin Lee. Yeah. I'm like, huh. And he's still fighting, though. So he put up like 3 more of these, right? I don't know who is going to be in the 155-pound division because let's see, you got who else? I don't know who else you got in the 155-pound division that's going.
Well, you got what's his name? Makhachev.
Oh, Islam Makhachev.
Yeah, Islam Makhachev.
He beat Makhachev. Yeah. We singing a different tune, right?
No, if he beat Islam Makhachev, that is like he's better than Khabib. Like Khabib has put him on that status of he's better than me kind of deal. Yeah. So if he beat Islam, which I think is an opportunity for him to do so, because Islam wants to take you to the ground, and you want to take Oliveira to the ground and feel like you're going to ground and pound and punish him, an individual that can get on your back and get to your neck and choke you out in seconds. That fight is going to be legitimately the fight, and I hope it happens this year. Seriously, I hope that fight happens maybe August, September, October.
That fight is
going to be amazing
for the belt, sort of.
Yes. Well, no,
I mean, they both fight for the same belt that was once his that he lost by 0.5, but it could be for the belt because you got Justin Gaethje at number 1, Dustin Poirier at number 2. He beat him, right? Number 3, Islam Makhachev, I think is how you say it, but it's Makhachev, make it easy. Then after that, you got who? Beneil Dariush, Michael Chandler, and then so on and so forth. I don't think there's anybody else on the list that is gonna cement. Man, he beat Islam Makhachev. It's a wrap. Are we saying the GOAT?
He can retire. It's a wrap. If he beats Islam, it's a wrap. There's no one out there that I feel like can beat him because he has both the stand up and the ground game. I don't feel like Islam can beat him because I feel like Islam is more of a take you to the ground, put you in deep waters, take you out there, and then put you out either by ground and pound or you mess up and you get submitted. Oliveira can stand up with you. Oliveira can take it to the ground. Oliveira loves taking it to the ground because you can go and make a mistake. We haven't seen Islam make a mistake on the ground yet. This is why it's going to be a very exciting fight for these two fighters. And Oliveira has always been that individual before those last 3 fights that he's been the quiet man in the cut waiting for his next opportunity. You could say that he's more the boogeyman than Tony Ferguson. That's all I'm gonna say about that situation.
Look, he called himself El Cucuy. That's so disrespectful. Look, Bobby said if he beats Islam, Khabib comes back. Well, go on, book that then.
back.
Let's see that.
Islam,
I need to see
he
that.
ain't
Go
coming
on
back.
and book that fight real quick. Because, hey, listen, 155 champions, everybody. You think about everybody who was a 155 champion. Benson, BJ, all of them. If Charles Oliveira beats Islam Makhachev and then Khabib comes back and catches them hands and then rides off into the sunset with his first L, that's a wrap, though. That's the GOAT of 155. You know how somebody win a couple fights, championship, we want to call him the GOAT. But we gonna refrain from that one. Even though you could get close with it.
You can get close with Oliveira though. Oliveira is the UFC leader in submissions. He's a UFC leader in fight night bonuses. He's a UFC leader in finishes. Man. So like when you watch an Oliveira fight, you watching for a finish, probably by submission, and he's gonna collect a little extra change at the end of the night because of the fight anyway. So
what a turnaround of a career. You got him. He started out 14-0 before losing to Jim Miller. He lost 2 in a row. Donald Cerrone 2. Won a couple. Lost to Cuz Swanson. Lost to Frankie. Could never get over the that little championship caliber fighter hump because he lost to Frankie. Won a couple. Lost to Max. Won. Lost to Anthony Pettis. He only lost to like champions before he got to Ricardo Lamas and lost. And then lost to Paul Felder. And then after that, just on an absolute
went
tear.
On a murder.
On an absolute tear. Now he's the champ. And we talking about this man never losing. I got a question for you before we move on to round number 3. Oh, I'm about to hit you with it. I got to sit up for this one. You ready for this one, Bobby?
Let's go.
Who loses first? Charles Oliveira or Kamaru Usman? Usman loses before Oliveira?
I feel like Usman loses. The only reason why I say Usman is because Usman has dealt with a lot of injuries, as well as his age is getting on up there. I think he's around 38 now. He ain't got that many more years left. And the fact of the matter is either Usman loses or Usman just retires after his next 2 fights. So that's not really a fair question for Oliveira because I feel like Oliveira got like 4 or 5 more years in his tank.
He's 32, but man, he got some miles. He got 40 fights on him?
Yeah, I mean, but I still think he got like 4 or 5 years, especially being the champ. 8. Yeah, especially being the champ, you don't fight 4 times a year anymore. You only fight 2, maybe 3. So his amount of fighting that he's done in the past to now will extremely slow down. But for the most part, when he gets into the lab, I feel like he's always putting together something new or he's putting together something unique. And Oliveira is that kind of guy that's going to try to come in with something that new and that unique and then catch you off guard and do something crazy or strange to you. He's also that guy that'll catch you in the same thing because you keep giving it up. You keep giving your back up, you're going to get choked out. That's just what it is. It is what it is. You get choked out if you show the bite. And he going to choke you out.
My man be on the back. He got to be the scariest dude to get on your back. Scarier than Damian Maia at this point. Look, okay. Yeah. So, because I still hold the fact that Kamaru at 170 may never lose. But I'm on the same. I still hold the fact that Kamaru Usman at 170 will never lose. Listen, okay, I like Chimaev. I really do. But I need you to understand, if if Chimaev get hit with the same shot that Jorge Masvidal got hit with, brother, ain't no chin in the world. Ain't no chin in the world holding up to that. I need you to understand. I might go out on a limb and say Oliveira at this point. Bobby said you got Beneil Dariush too. Besides Makhachev, maybe Beneil. You know, he's a legit contender, but Charles Oliveira may not lose again either.
The only reason why we
with all the other champs.
The only reason why we giving Islam a healthy chance in this fight is because he has that unknown factor.
We don't know what he can do.
We don't know what he can do when he gets into that kind of fight. So with having that unknown factor, it's just like we give him the benefit of the doubt anyway. So we just don't know because he's been so dominant. But we're gonna get to see because I feel like that's the next fight that's gonna be put together. Wow. That's what the commentators were talking at the end of the UFC 274. They said that fight has to happen. I feel like that's gonna happen, and if that happens, it's gonna be smoking the city. And at the end of the year, it's gonna be one of those fight cards that you got to tune in to see because that's gonna be legit.
What is it? What is that? International Fight Week. That could be coming up. That'd be a good one to hit them up on. All right, you ready to move on to the next one?
Yeah, man. Before we get to the next part of the show, man, we got to talk about what's in the bottom right corner, man. Stunting as I have it. Get like us, habits365.com/trash talk BS. If you want your logo and promo in the bottom right corner, all you got to do is hit us up at
myfeetsmelllikebutt@gmail.com.
Yeah, man. Greatest email account ever made. Let's get into the next part of the show, man. Rose versus Esparza.
Man.
There was some smoke in the
Did y'all see that fight? Look. So this what happened, right?
You missed it.
All right. So they said, fighter, you ready? Fighter, you ready? Fight. Ain't nothing happened. Fight over. You ready to get to the next
Yeah, man, let's get into the next part of the show, man.
Let's get into the next part of the show.
Man.
But no, like, for real. But no, like, for real. Listen, I fought with Rose all day. All day. I fought with Rose all day. I don't know what she was saying when she said you can't get no credit for defense. I don't know what that means. She gonna have to further explain that to me for me to understand.
That's like a man saying I can't get no credit for the 4 pumps.
Them was the 4 hardest pumps you ever got, right? Like, I'm held for about 15 seconds. After that, I can't get no credit for that. So, look, but for real, I can't even commentate on this fight because I may have checked out and checked back in a couple times. So I don't actually know. All I know is when I look back, Joe and what was his name? He just got in the damn Hall of Fame. Cormier, they were running off on tangents. They was talking about everything else than the fight.
Joe and Cormier were talking about other fights that was just as boring as that fight.
They were trying to figure out. They was like, what was the other fight? It was Damian Maia, Anderson Silva. When Dana said, man, if you ever fight like that again, I'm going to strip you. But also, I feel like they should have just gave Rose the belt by default, really. Tell me something Carla did.
What can you do with Carla after she's winning that belt besides put her up against a killer and she's losing? The only thing you did was give her a wedding gift.
Did you not see that performance? Carla may never lose another fight ever again.
Yeah, because she might not fight ever again. She might get married and just chill.
No. Carla gonna be out there doing that. Hey, look, I love it when she be standing on the cage like, shit, what am I doing with my life right now? And then she go out there and start fighting. I'm like, that is wild. Let's see. You got Weili Zhang. Actually, it's Zhang Weili. I forget which one comes first. She fighting Joanna.
Oh, that's gonna be some smoke, man. I love Joanna, man.
So if Carla looking to get back in there, who's she gonna fight? I mean, I think they might line her up like a Marina Rodriguez. This was the best thing that could have ever happened to Joanna, though.
Yeah, because if she beats Zhang, she could get that title back easy. I feel like she could beat Carla easy.
And you got
the difference is Joanna's gonna actually go in there and fight.
Joanna gonna be
I don't
pushing.
know what kind of damn. So before we get into the next part of the show, man, what kind of information was Rose getting to fight like that, man? Seriously,
I don't know if she was getting like, I don't know. Yeah, I don't want to call it like bad information.
It's
but
not bad.
This was if there was a case for open scoring of a fight for the opposite side, to where everybody keeps saying the same thing over and over. If we have open scoring and you're leading in the 5th round, you're not going to push the pace. Okay. Watch this. This fight happens. One side thinks like, no, what we're doing is good. We're landing a couple shots. We're doing this. We're doing that. You look up and go, oh shit, you down 3 rounds. You gonna have to finish this next round because apparently we were wrong. Open scoring would have fixed this real quick. Or Herb Dean, because he'd have been like, stop. Hey man, what y'all doing? Y'all fighting or not? I'm gonna need y'all to fight. I wonder what the penalty is for that, because I know you can lose a fight for timidity, but I don't know what the penalty is if nobody's actually fighting anybody. Do they both lose a point? I need to Google that. If 2 fighters go on a fight and don't fight, what happens? Like, who loses a point?
My other question is what was Rose so scared about to fight on the outside?
I don't know if she was so they had to play it safe, because look at everyone else that Rose fought, and nobody had the wrestling pedigree that Carla Esparza had. I will give you that. And they fought in the finale, and Carla Esparza went out there and wrestled her hard. So they had to come out with some other type of way to get around that. To which Rose's defense, her wrestling defense, bar none, has jumped leaps and bounds. And she was going to play on the outside, make her take, low percentage shots. Everything that she did was correct. She just needed to take 1/2 step forward and throw some more shots, throw some more question mark kicks. You know you can get up. Once she figured out that she could whiz her hard and stand back up anytime she wanted, she should have just unleashed whatever she had.
That's what I'm saying, though. That's what I'm saying.
At this point, I'm like, if I'm in the corner, I understand. If I'm in the corner and I look at her and I go, hey, disrespect her. That's all I'm going to say. Like, what's she going to shoot? What's she going to do with it? Nothing. Just get back up and disrespect her some more. I understand exactly where you're coming from. But the idea behind it is, if you think you're doing enough to get the W, then you get the W and get out of there. They're thinking maybe she's going to get stuck under Carla and not be able to get back up or something. I have no idea. But once she whizzed hard and got back up, at that point,
it doesn't matter, though, with some judges, because even if you get back up, there still was a takedown.
There still was a takedown, but if you can outstrike an entire round, that takedown can be null and void.
If you outstrike.
That's what I'm saying.
Throw 4 or 5 punches, then that ain't gonna do nothing for you.
What you mean? Hold on. You can't get credit for no defense?
Man, fuck defense.
Practice.
Fuck defense.
Practice.
Fuck defense.
You got anything else to say about this fight?
No.
Do you want to see him running back?
Hell no. I don't want to see this boring ass fight again.
I want to see it running back. It become the idea is like it can't be no worse.
Fight night.
It can't be no worse. She can main event. It's Thug Rose, man. In a week, we're going to forget about this. She going to get a fight announcement, and we're going to be like, dang, Thug Rose back on the card. Let's get it. I guarantee
She might retire. I don't know.
No.
Oh, whatever. That performance, that's a retirement performance right there. Hey, let's get into the next part of the show, man. UFC 274. Before we get into that, man, we got to talk about what's in the bottom right corner, man. Stunting is a habit. Get like us, Habits 365. /Track Talk BS. If you want your logo promo in the bottom right corner, all you gotta do is hit us up at
My feet smell like butt at gmail.com.
Hey man, greatest email account ever made. UFC 274. Did it live up to its name? Did it?
Man, so we put this graphic up about 3 weeks ago, and when we looked at this, we was like Charles Oliveira, Justin Gaethje, bow. Rose Namajunas, Carla Esparza, bow. Michael Chandler, Tony Ferguson, double bow. And then you got Shogun, OSP. I'm like, I'm there. And he like, I don't even want to see this fight, but it rounds the card out very well. Donald Cerrone, versus Joe Lozon. Okay, boom. And then not even 24, 48 hours before the fight go down. Pow, 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 pow. Charles Oliveira can't win the belt. Miss weight. You got a Rose Namajunas fight that didn't live up to nothing. You got Michael Chandler, Tony Ferguson, which, woo, boy, that was good.
Smoking the shit.
You got Shogun versus Ovince St. Preux. I thought I was going to get a little bit more out of that fight. Ovince fought well in that fight, but I'm like, man, remember the last time we had a whole meme where he hit him so hard, they put him on the skateboard.
Yeah.
They put Shogun on the skateboard. I thought we was going to get us another one of those. And then Donald Cerrone versus Joe Lozon. Food poisoning? Food poisoning got
some
us?
Tacos, man.
Was it tacos?
Man. He said it was tacos, man.
Who eating tacos? Who going to the Mexican restaurant and eating tacos right before the fight?
Apparently,
You're supposed to be eating lean chicken, carbs, not a damn sangria. That's a drink, ain't it? That's a drink, ain't it?
Yeah, I think so.
This man went and got a fajita. He got a Nacho Bel Grande, and Taco Bell blew his ice out.
Man went to Taco Bell, man.
He went to Taco Bell and blew his ice out.
That grade DB.
Cause he was already talking. He already made me nervous in all the press conferences where he was talking about, like, last fight I didn't even want to be here. Dana, like, loser leaves town. All this, that, and the other. And then they pull out, and I was like, so are you leaving town?
He didn't want to be here. Dana was like, loser leaves town.
So you leaving town? Like, what happened? And that's the one thing is, like, the Batman quote, man, to live so long you see yourself become a villain. Like, I want to remember Donald Cerrone when he fought 7 times in 3 months. I want to remember Donald Cerrone when Dana was mad because he was doing all this dangerous stuff. And then having to fight Dana, like, look, man, you can't jump out of a spaceship and come land in the ring thinking you about to fight, man. I need you to be more careful. I'm like, damn, Donald is the man. The man bought a ranch. He got his own gym in his ranch. I'm like, Donald Cerrone. And then this one day, same thing. Father Time catches up to all of us. You just wake up old. And I'm like, at that point, I wish we didn't see any more. But who am I to tell somebody, he always said, what was it, the rent due?
Yeah.
And then what he said? He said, well, I spend my money just as fast as I get it in. So I can't tell him what to do with his life. But BJ Penn made it real hard to remember how BJ Penn was instead of the, 7 straight losses that he had at the end of his career.
Mm-hmm.
Anderson Silva, same way. He making a little bit in boxing, but still, same way. I want to remember you the way you was when you was on top. This card killed me. Absolutely killed me.
This card
Oliveira goes out there and wins, but doesn't have the belt. Rose loses the belt in the strangest way possible. Off of this card, there are no storylines built that you're like, man, I cannot wait to see this again. It's like Charles Oliveira, you're like, the storyline is, shit, what do we do now? Carlos Esparza win the belt, and we like, okay.
That was the worst thing that could happen to that division, man.
And we like, okay. Michael Chandler, he's in limbo. He's in limbo.
Chandler can fight for money, man.
The Conor McGregor fight, I'm like, if Conor McGregor's gonna Conor McGregor needs a win. Michael Chandler ain't it. Conor
ain't finna get no more
Masvidal at 170 ain't it.
Masvidal's supposed to be fighting Kazmat soon, though. We'll talk about that in other news.
Hold on. Kazmat Chimaev? I thought he was fighting Nate Diaz. No.
Nate? I'm sorry. Nate Diaz.
No. He fighting Nate Diaz.
Yeah, Nate Diaz. I shot the gun, man. I was ready to.
What if
I was ready to throw that out there, and I just shot the gun.
What if it came true though? You can play that sound bite back again at us, and just be looking at it like, I told you. Just be like, I told y'all it was gonna happen. It got leaked, which I don't believe that fight is gonna happen anyway.
Well, hey, he got to fight somebody for his last contract, last fight on his contract. And what better way to go out than with some money with Kazmat?
Is he gonna make money?
He always makes money. You know why he makes money? Because he put butts in the seat. When you put butts in the seat, you always got the A side. Ask Mayweather. And Mayweather only puts butts in the seat because they want to see him lose.
Hey, man, shout out to damn Canelo. Lost.
And you know why he lost?
You can't go up that man. Did Drake bet on him?
Yep.
Drake did bet on him, didn't he?
Drake bet on him.
Hey, look. Hey, Drake bet on me. I'm calling Vegas like, man, give him his ticket back, man. Give him his ticket back.
Hey, if Drake bet on somebody from here on out, man, I'm betting against the other person. I'm just saying.
Look, here's what you do. Drake be like, yo, I'm about to put a bet down. Ring. Yo,
who you bet?
This Drake. What's up, man? Yeah, I don't know how Drake sound, but like, I'm like, hey, Drake, what's up, man? Hey, real quick, I'm gonna shoot you straight. Hey, you betting on me? He like, yeah, man, I'm gonna bet on you. And I'm like, all right, cool. How much was you thinking about putting down? He's like, I'm thinking about putting down 10 racks. 10,000? Let's see, I'm a favorite. So that's 2-1. So you win 20, right? He like, yeah, what am I doing? What am I doing? I'm like, all right, so I'm gonna cash app you 20,000 right now. Don't bet that shit. You already won. Go on about your business. Go on about your life. And he be like, oh, young money. Or whatever, whatever Drake be saying. Hey, I'm going to give him his money up front. Don't you bet on me, boy. Damn. He bet on him, too. I know he did. But look. Knowing what you know now, would you have paid for this card?
I really tuned in for the Donald Cerrone Jolo. He's a
Jolo. Just say Jolo.
Jolo fight, because I wanted to see Donald Cerrone go out with a dub, and I want to see him on his last ride. I want to see what he says after the fight.
Hold on, let me stop you there. Let me stop you there. Donald Cerrone is an MMA fighter. This is how we think. Man, if I could just get one more to go out with on a W, I'm gonna be good. Gets W. Man, shit, I think I got another run in me. I got another run in me, man. After I get that, I'm in vigor, feel good. I think I got another one in me. Donald Cerrone loses 3 more. That's what happens in MMA fight. They not going out on no W. They going out and they gonna say, damn, I think I got another one in me. And they gonna keep fighting.
That's not all fighters, man. That's not all fighters, man. And I feel like Donald, he can't do the same thing he did in the past without having discipline. And I don't feel like Donald has the discipline on the ranch that he had for this past fight at the institution in Vegas. Because what he did then was he posted up in the RV outside the institution, and he utilized the gym for what it was, the nutrition, as well as the gym itself. And he also listened to his trainers. So I don't feel like he's going to do the same as he did for this last fight for his next fight. So that's why I felt like this would be his last fight. And plus, I feel like he wanted to fight for or in front of his 5-year-old, the individual that he cried over, especially in the pre-fight interview. I feel like he wanted to see, or he wanted his child to see him do the job that he's been doing for a long extended period of time. Because the past 4 years, his child didn't realize or understand what he did or what he was doing. And now that he's 5, he has a better understanding of what daddy does. So I feel like he was fighting for the opportunity for his child to see him do work. And all those different motivations all in one picks it up to a point where it's like, this is it. I ain't doing it no more. So that's why I feel like this is his last fight.
Okay, but that child 5.
Yeah, man.
You lie. All you gotta do, that child 5. That child ain't got no sense of no dates, no nothing. Go in the other room for 24 hours and be like, oh, daddy about to fight. Go find daddy when he knocked out old buddy with that Super Saiyan move, and then play it on the TV screen the whole thing. Daddy coming, get your popcorn. He come sit down. He see the fight like, damn, daddy be killing it. He won't actually find out that Pops was on an 0-4 losing streak when he retired till he like 12. He ain't even gonna know. Like, damn, my daddy bad. And ain't nobody else gonna say nothing about Donald Cerrone. So we good. That's all you gotta say. Lie. Just like when they said if you want your kids to go to bed at 8 o'clock, just tape record the ball drop from the year before and put it on the TV. They ain't gonna know the difference. But I'm just messing around. What else you got about 274?
Man, that's it, man. It was an okay car, man. It wasn't the greatest in the world, but it was okay. I wouldn't have put my money on it if I knew or realized what was going to happen there at the 24 hours before the car was actually going to happen. But I mean, UFC did still put together
14 fights.
Yeah, they put together a pretty good card, man. When you watch it from start to finish, it was still a pretty good card. There had a lot of finishes. It's just that main event was great. That co-main event sucked the life out of the main card for me personally. The Michael Chandler fight was great. It's how you go from Michael Chandler great, dud, great. It's just like it just didn't match.
It didn't match.
It's like you look at it like Rose should have been on the undercard, but she's the champ though. That's the only reason why she was.
No, that's what it was. No, you take that fight off of the card, and you go Shogun, Ovince St. Preux, and you're like, all right, cool. And then you go into Michael Chandler and Tony Ferguson, and it's the kick heard around the world, and you like, damn, how the hell they gonna top that? Damn, we still got Charles Oliveira versus Justin. It's a whole different story. This card was a success. It's that one fight that just took the wind out the sails. That's all it was.
Wind out of.
Like, this is a fight that was successful because you don't. Damn, it was Charles. It was Justin Gaethje. It was, who was it? It was a hell of a fight before then. It was Justin Gaethje and Michael Chandler, right?
Yeah.
And then maybe Charles Oliveira fought the next one up. We was like, how they gonna top that? And Oliveira came out there and said, hold my back mount. But look, man.
Hey. UFC 275 looks like it's gonna be a dud, man. We're gonna talk about in the other news, man. Before we get into other news, man, we're gonna talk about what's in the bottom right corner. Something to have get like us. Habits365.com / trash talk BS.
Commercial over. My feet smell like butt at gmail.com. Call me.
If you want the logo or promo in the bottom right corner, all you gotta do is hit us up at
my feet smell like butt at gmail.com.
Hey man, greatest email account ever made, man. Let's get into other news, man. UFC 275 is up around the corner. In about 3 weeks, we got 3 fight nights happening. Nothing that's too serious that I'm really interested in. And UFC 275 has been put out there, and it is a dud from my point of view.
It's not as dud as you think. They added one fight to kind of change it. It went from I'm not watching this at all to okay, I'm interested. You know, I might call the homies and ask if they got one they could shoot me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, you got Glover versus Jiri.
Dud.
You know, if Jiri wins the belt though, that could be interesting if they could, you know, play him up just right. If they could play him up just right, man. Ever since John Jones left?
John Jones and Cormier left that division has not been as like legitimate as like I would like it to be. That division used to be the 155 division.
Hold on. First off, don't disrespect the light heavyweight division. You got the champion, Glover Teixeira.
Man,
respect. You got the number 1 contender, Jan Blachowicz. Respect. You got number 2, Jiri Prochazka. I'm gonna figure out how to say his name. You got a number 4, Alexander Rakic.
Who the fuck is that?
You got Magomed Ankalaev. And then you got Anthony Smith. All right, so I'm a quit, man. You right. I'm a quit, man. You right.
We don't have in that division. We don't have a Kazmat. We don't have a Usman. We don't have a the last Stylebender. We don't even have a damn.
I don't know who's covered up. Dominic Reyes, but he's going down.
We got nobody.
Johnny Walker is going down.
There's no one in that division
Jamal
that's like
Hill,
a standout, man. Seriously.
Ozdemir. Thiago
Go
Santos.
ahead. Go
no,
ahead with
no.
your list. Go ahead with your list of individuals on this fight card, man. Because the first fight is the dud off top.
But then you got Valentina Shevchenko versus Talia Santos.
She finna murder her.
I'm not mad at watching. At this point, we just want to see what Valentina Shevchenko can do, though.
Valentina finna murder her.
But insert whose name where and how you gonna get excited about that?
Valentina be murdering everybody.
Then you got Weili Zhang versus Joanna Jędrzejczyk just got added. I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it.
I'm in now.
And then, you know, if the Robert Whittaker Marvin Vettori fight didn't get canceled, I think this card would have been rounded off a little bit better. You know, you're looking at the prelim card is not finished. You're looking at the early prelims is also not finished. So they got a lot of work that they can do. They can move a couple fights in and out. They can add one more fight.